Okay, welcome back to members of 121 Community Church in Grapevine, Texas, in our brand new study in the Pioneer Ranch Trilogy by Reine. We've studied Volume 1 before, now we're going to take a look at Volume 2. And we're just getting started, so we're really just getting introduced to characters here, but we will begin. We're going to take a look at Chapter 1 and get reacquainted with Peyton Chase and the Pioneer Ranch and her new family. Let's go to Block 1 and take a look at the notes in Block 1. Selectively unveiled vision. Peyton's father resurfaces as a past remembered conceptual truth by Peyton, which she understood as hardship prevails in one's existence or is prevailed upon. Also, if you remember, Peyton has an adopted son, Hanovi, and he shares an anticipatory vision with her that there will be an upcoming painful life pivot. So we begin in Chapter 1 with the recognition that Peyton is in an existential life tension between remembered conceptual truth and a visionary truth, and we're going to see how that unfolds. And so we look at Peyton's tension as being brewed in the psyche. I love the way that Reine puts that. This conceptual remembrance and this forward vision are both brewed in the psyche. Things will unveil selectively. Vision becomes concrete as Volume 1 in aesthetics, in painting, for Hanovi and Peyton both. Hanovi is an artist like his mother, and Peyton, of course, continues and is very successful in her painting as well. But every canvas must be seen and internalized. Only then does one face the truth and prepare, we are told. Only then does one face the truth and prepare. And Hanovi has thousands of spiritual followers. They follow his art. He has a gallery. And they follow his spiritual truth that he expresses through aesthetics. I mean, I think of Hegel, the philosopher, who said that the realm of absolute spirit is expressed, first of all, in aesthetics. And here we have Hanovi, a spiritual leader, doing just that. But one must face the truth. Out of all the followers, we must define that existential strand of truth that plays its role in what the author Reine tells us is the skeletal structure of history for the Pioneer Ranch. I love that metaphor, that Pioneer Ranch has its own skeletal structure of history, and we follow the family as it participates in and is shaped by that skeletal structure, and I will add to that, spiritual structure of the history of Pioneer Ranch. So yes, it has a skeletal structure of history, and the participation is always dialectical. It's back and forth. Let's go on to Block 2 and begin with learning the primitive war cry. We need to understand Bryce, Peyton's daughter, in a very unique way. She had life lessons from Peyton, of course, her mother, and from Laylee, the Pueblo Indian representative on the ranch. From Peyton, she learned and has learned to be an advocate for yourself, be strong. From Laylee, remember the spiritual tradition of how strength became a war cry. Bryce also learned to respect and appreciate nature, and that shows up with the way that she relates to her horse, Big Red. I love the picture there that Reine gives us. It says that she leans into the horse, and the horse leans into her. They're very much bonded together. I love that. But it gives us a greater appreciation of Bryce, and it gives us a glimpse into her own spiritual nature. We obviously can respect that aspect of Bryce. War cry can become prayer. Bryce is a reflection of grace found in her mother. She possesses also a Kelsey-like spunk and determination. She has had a pioneer ranch type of education before leaving for college, which at the beginning here in chapter 1, we join the family as she is having her high school graduation party and leaving for college. Kelsey is a grandfather figure on the ranch, and his grandson William does show up and wants to give a gift to Bryce before she leaves for college himself. So William is very much attracted to Bryce, and Bryce is attracted to William, and he wants to be here for the college celebration party, the high school graduation, and off to college party as well. Let's move on to block 3, and we'll take a look at the resurrected garden. The garden of organic produce has flourished under Peyton's care. William, Kelsey's grandson, shows up for a visit and with a graduation gift for Bryce. And Bryce will join them for lunch after finishing up her show jumping practice. She has a competition coming up. What she declares is going to be her final competition. Now, William was more of a son to Peyton than her own son Gideon ever was. William shares the same value system as Peyton, and we'll find out soon that Gideon is just the opposite. So Peyton feels very close to William. She has a very intimate and close relationship to William as well. The bittersweet son. William wore an expensive bracelet given him by Peyton for his 21st birthday. And we're told that it's a gift that she gave out of her own sweat and determination. She gifted herself as mother to William as a son. Bryce also has bonded with William in a personal, and we think we're getting glimpses of it, in a romantic way as well. Now we look at resurrection out of bittersweet union, which yields a space of romanticism. Kelsey describes Bryce as what he considers to be necessary for William. She is strong and loving, and she should be in the foreground of William's life, according to Kelsey. Peyton adds that they're a little bit too young. Laylee adds that waiting can actually be a gift. That can actually be nurtured as a gift. They did have lunch together on the patio, and they looked out to where Peyton's husband was currently communing with the wilderness, Adler, soon to return from that journey, but he's out bonding with the wilderness. And they all look out over that terrain while they have lunch. So Adler is very much on Peyton's mind as she prepares emotionally for this farewell party for Bryce. And I love this. I love this bit of humor in here. Ricky shows up, and the other adopted son for Peyton, and he's described as genuine and generous. Genuine and generous. But Bryce dreads the visit from Gideon. She absolutely dreads the visit from Gideon, and I love that she nicknames Gideon Damien the Antichrist. I just crack up. Typical siblings. But Bryce nicknames Gideon, he's Damien the Antichrist through her eyes, which, Peyton says, stop calling him that. But, yeah, that's the nickname that Bryce has for Gideon. He's Damien the Antichrist. Anyway, I love the fact that we got some humor in here, too. But we have basically a very serious introduction. And you can notice, again, we're going to be looking at spiritual elements all the way through this novel. That's very much a part of Reine's writing. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, that in my opinion, the literary style of Samar Reine's novels are very, very similar to Ingmar Bergman's transcripts for his films. And I have those transcripts. I do get, I love Ingmar Bergman's film, but I have his transcripts in book form because his writing is sensational. But I've mentioned it in the first volume we covered, but Samar Reine is very much a literary writer in the same literary style as the very powerful Ingmar Bergman. But the other aspect that I think is very evident is Reine brings characters to life in the same way that Agatha Christie brought characters to life. I mean, they just leap off the page as living individuals, which I really love. Agatha Christie had that gift. It was amazing. So we've got a beginning here. We just kind of got introduced to a few characters. We got reacquainted with the family again. So we're ready to begin our journey. And that's all really that should happen in the first chapter. We kind of get a forewarning, a vision of an upcoming turn of events. And so we know that a turn of events is coming. But we get a look at spiritual characterizations. We get a look at the son who does not have spiritual characterizations, and yet was raised in the same family, around the same nurturing, but we have different character attributes, even within that same deep spiritual value nurturing. So it's a very powerful beginning. I'm looking forward to book 2 here, and we're going to take our time. We're going to enjoy the characters as we go, because Reine gives us genuine living characters. I mean, they really do come to life. So we've got a good beginning here to start out with, and we will pick up next time in chapter 2, and we'll continue to take a look at the way that this upcoming turn of a hardship is going to come up, and this challenging turn in, or what's called a painful life pivot. And we'll have to see how that anticipatory vision will unfold in this novel. But that's a very strong beginning, and we will pick up next time in chapter 2.